Alright everybody, we are back with part 2 for God of War Chains of Olympus here. And we're now in the Caves of Olympus, which I believe is chapter 4. I don't think we've missed any collectible chests thus far. Like I said, we're going to be able to easily get the 15 for each for all the upgrades. It's just there's some extra ones that we're going to have to keep an eye out for after that point. I think we actually do have one pretty much right in the beginning of this section here. But yeah, to continue our story, we're basically just still trying to figure out how we're going to save Helios, because Morpheus has somehow torn him from the sky, and it basically threatens the existence of everyone, because the gods are pretty much useless right now, but they usually always are in these games. That's technically where we are story-wise. We finally have the ability to parry with this shield, which sometimes gets stuck on his arm. But I think we can just continue right away here. But yeah, I think right once you get into this chapter, if you go to the right here, we should have another Gorgon Eye chest. Kratos is freaking out a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be right up here. There's that one. Pop these guys open. I think we needed like 8k red orbs for our next Chaos Blades upgrade. I usually always just focus on the Chaos Blades right away. I feel like that's the most important thing to do. Can't tell if this is faster than actually swimming. I also don't know if we have the power to dive underwater right now. We never got a button prompt for it. So maybe we have to get something first. Alright, let's head up this way then. This is what our cutscene was showing us before. Oh, here we go, okay. This probably helps us swim, yeah, and breathe underwater. Oh, you actually had a little diving animation. I actually did not expect that. Now, if only we could swim a little bit faster. Oh, here we go. We actually might have a phoenix feather right here. Let me just open this first. No, okay. It's always kind of confusing because they look the same, but that's just one of the all-in-one chests. I just know we have a Phoenix Feather chest somewhere underwater, but it's supposed to be in a maze section, which this obviously doesn't fit that description. But it was, it's supposed to be right across from a red orb chest, so that's why I was a little confused there. Let's just keep going this way. It's kind of broken over here. I wonder if there's anything else under the water. I don't see anything. This all looks like dead ends. Oh, okay. I thought we could dash. But I was just maybe, like, I was thinking maybe that was just in a different one. That's how we go a little bit faster. Just making sure we're not passing anything, but we should be good. Okay, yeah, here's our Phoenix Feather. This one's pretty much in front of you. Only one more for another upgrade. Thought I actually seen another red orb chest back here. Yeah, here we go. we're good now. That launched me upward. Alright, now we can climb up there. I like how it goes back into standing position when you pull the lever. Alright, there we go. Anything tucked away over here? Can I break these? No. Sometimes you can break these statues. Oh, hello. Way too early on my parry there. God damn it, that headbutt is so fast. Whoa, shit. Every time I'm prepared to parry, it's the grab one. Get that asshole out of here. Like how he just, because I was trying to prepare for when he's also using his weapons, but then he just straight up stopped using melee attacks. Just keep moving forward here.
As Kratos entered the cave, Eos, goddess of dawn and sister to Helios, sat above him, visibly weakened by the absence of the sun.
All glory be to Lord Zeus for granting you safe passage to me.
The king of the gods does not aid me, Eos. I am but a slave to Zeus and Olympus.
Save my brother Kratos, and he will convince Zeus to release you and rid you of the horrors of your past. I give you my word.
The gods have broken their word to me many times. Forgive me if I find it hard to believe your promises.
Be that as it may, Kratos. The primordial fire is almost out. Without Helios, the life-giving light of the world cannot be sustained. If you do not find him, only darkness and death awaits all of us.
Where has Atlas taken him?
I do not know, Kratos. Follow the passage out of the cave. Retrieve the fire and it will light your path to the remaining steeds. They will guide you to their master. They will take you to my brother. May you go with the speed of Hermes, ghost of Sparta.
Kratos is not a fan of his position. Alright, we actually do have another chest coming up here. I think it's a Gorgon feather one. I don't really know why I'm opening this. I think we gotta keep going this way, though. Yeah, once we're able to dive, There should be a chest right under here. I noticed this one's one that's not normally labeled. Should be a Gorgon Eye. I don't know if I said that already. Alright, now we just keep moving. It's actually stuck for a second there. Alright, that'll kill him. Hasn't this guy had enough? We don't really need any of these. Let's grab everything before we save. Alright, let's grab this. There's primordial fire. Now we can repel projectiles. Statues are gonna try to attack us. Damn, okay. That moved a lot faster than I was expecting it to. Now we have the Light of Dawn. R1 in square. Damn it. So that's what that does. Basically throw our own projectiles at them. Alright, I think once we're done killing all of them, we have our next Phoenix Feather in this area. Let's pop this guy open. Should be an upgrade. There we go. That should be the last chest in this chapter. So now we just gotta get the hell out of here. You can actually just loop around, I think, no matter what. I'm just seeing if there's anything on this side. Getting pretty close to being able to afford the next Chaos Blade upgrade.
You must hurry, Kratos.
Going as fast as I can. Oh, I thought I parried that. Get rid of them. I don't really need to open these. I actually think we're just jumping down now. Might actually want me to go back. Because we do have to go to the Helios temple again. So this will be like a second visit. I might as well save again. Let's head back in. Alright, let me activate this. So, I was walking around this area a couple of minutes ago, trying to find our next collectible chest, and I think that this guide is actually mistaken on one of these, because I can't find a reference to it anywhere else. But the guide that I'm following that has 26 Gorgon Eyes, which now I'm thinking it's actually 25, it says walk down the fire ramp and head straight up. You can't do that in this area, so I don't really know where they're getting that from. If we walk straight up, it doesn't do anything. This doesn't lead anywhere. There are balconies above us, so maybe it's one that we get later, but they just have it listed here. On the right and left side, there's also no chest. The only other thing I could be thinking of is that he meant this one right here, but we already grabbed this one. Because there's no way to walk straight up from this room. And like I said, I've checked numerous other guides, and none of them have a Gorgon Eye chest listed in this room on your return. So I'm assuming it's just a mistake. So that means I'll have to correct the timestamps and have it out of 25 instead of 26, because there's no Gorgon Eye chest here. So let's just keep moving. Basically heading down to this elevator again. He always wants to grab before actually doing it. A lot of birds. Luckily we have Cyclone. This will actually probably give us enough upgrade orbs for the next Chaos Blade upgrade. Surprised it actually got through that one Cyclone. We're at 170 something hits now, 180. Gonna hit, there we go. Hey, we got a trophy for hitting 200. That's a lot more lenient than Ascension's 1000 hit combo. But with the lightning power, it's actually, there's one spot that I think you can easily achieve that. 250 red orbs. That's actually a huge jump because of all the red orb bonuses that we got. We're about to get more right now. But yeah, I feel like they just duplicate entried that one Gorgon Eye chest. So like I said, the timestamps will actually just be adjusted to 25 instead. That's one thing that's kind of tricky when there's like an unknown amount of these things across multiple different guides. It's really hard to follow it. But we actually do have a Phoenix Feather chest in this room right here. So we can get this. make a save. Which actually, I probably should have upgraded these first, then made the save. So if I do have to reload for some reason, I don't have to do this again. Rampage of the Furies. Actually, that we just killed the Furies in the previous game. Hermes Rush after evading. Alright, Hermes Rise as well. Now what do we need? 11,250. We get a instant rise attack. There we go. Those are some pretty cool moves.
And again, the melody returned, and it almost seemed familiar.
We actually do have a chest in this area, but let's get rid of these enemies first. I'm gonna have to get rid of the ranged people. God, I'm in the middle of an execution here. Now that they're dealt with, let's go get our next Gorgon Eye. There's actually only 2 more left for our full upgrade. Did see some red orb chests on this side. I'm not sure if I can break that pillar. Anything else? Probably want to interact with this first. Gives us our movable statue. However, I might need this on the other side. Before we move that one, let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, we're gonna need to use these to like redirect the beams. Which, this one's gonna have to go here then. Because it won't let me get the beams all the way. This. Oh, it actually still counted. Well, that's a little bit of a shortcut. Now, the real question is, where am I guiding these beams to? I might need both the frontward facing ones in the bottom corners and then these pointing at each other, possibly. I'm not actually sure. I don't remember this puzzle at all. I'll just try this setup. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the frontward facing ones towards each other, and then, well, I guess the left and the right facing ones. And I'm gonna put these both in the back. So it'll just cut to when I'm done moving all of them. Alright, let's get this one back on here. That is doing something. So I think that is correct. Am I trying to... There we go. Alright, there we go. Got our next beam. It's probably an elevator now, I take it. Oh, okay, we're going back down to this room. Well, we actually do have our next Phoenix Feather right when we get down here. So let's grab this right away. Only 3 more for the final upgrade. Around this area a bit. That's probably the way they want us to go. Extra red orb chest over here. We need a lot of red orbs. 11k. This might be one of the ones where you're not designed to get all of the upgrades in one playthrough like Ascension. But all these games have New Game Plus, it's not really that big of a deal. Break all these pots. Oh, we're back over here. We actually do have another chest in this room now, though. Another Gorgon Eye. There's only actually one of these left now for our upgrade, and then it's just all red orbs from there on out. Is this actually supposed to be the same room we solved before? What the hell happened to it? I don't know if I actually want this in place. Kind of broken. No, this is actually, it's like a mirrored version of it, so this is probably... Okay, Kratos, stay up. Every time I hit forward, he'd... There we go. Every time I'd hit forward, he'd climb back down. Alright, I don't think there's anything we can even do up here, then. Wait, what if I just, No, okay. Here we go, we can break this. That did something. Alright, our path is finally fully open to us. This is actually that one area that we climbed past. We wouldn't have been able to pick up anything in here, because we decided to keep climbing up. So, it's a good thing we didn't waste our time with that.
As Kratos left the temple, he was assaulted by the army of Morpheus, and again, he heard the haunting melody. But this time, he recognized it as the song of his daughter, Calliope.
Calliope? My daughter, where are you? Calliope!
Come on, Kratos, after all the illusions you went through, you're actually gonna fall for this? Is that all of them? Alright, let's get back on our bridge. It's always so hard to notice when they're gonna scream. Usually that's always been circle. Oh well, she's dead. doesn't look like we're helping. The sky's all fucked up. I suppose we can save again. Now we gotta figure this out. Alright, never mind. This isn't really a puzzle. We just gotta move these.
With the release of the fire steeds, Kratos was now in the hands of the beasts. And where they would take him, he did not know. As the steeds pulled Kratos away from the grip of Morpheus, they crossed into the underworld. But in the land of the dead, they could go no further, for these beings of light were not welcome in Hades. Kratos found himself on the very edge of Hades, the land where no mortal had set foot. Here, where the souls of the dead walk their fated path, Kratos knew that for him, this was merely the beginning.
Well, thank you, Helios' Steeds. I appreciate you dropping me off in hell. I actually think I see our next collectible chest by that red orb chest. Well, let's get moving. Here's a path. Get to the ceiling, because this is where our next Gorgon Eye is going to be. Should be our final health upgrade. There we go. Eye for an eye. Get the hell off of me. Okay. They can swing and do things a lot more consistently than I can. This is an actual Medusa. Well, I forgot that they basically instant kill you with that. Alright, ripped her head off. Right, any more? I think we actually have another collectible phoenix feather down here somewhere. However, can I even make that jump? Yeah, here we go. Slowly but surely. This one's kind of well hidden. I need 2 more of those now. Alright, I just came back up. Let's keep moving forward. Oh, this looks like a fight. I don't think you can parry Cyclops at all in this game. I'm not trying to do that. That's what I was trying to do. These guys are actually really annoying in this game. Kind of heat seek you on their attacks. I can't see. I was trying to dodge, but I guess I was dodging in the wrong direction. Alright, that one's dead. Alright, any more? Wow, you actually just powered right through that. Alright, that killed him. Just casual 3 Cyclopses. I actually didn't know it was gonna let me jump up here. We actually do have our next Gorgon Eye chest here, which we should only get red orbs. Let me get rid of these birds first. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere beyond this breakable wall. Jesus Christ, leave me alone. Keep picking on me. Yeah, there we go. I think they actually treat it as like an all-in-one chest once you get them. Anything else to break around here? It always does that to me. I release, but then he doesn't kick it. Is this really only for a health chest? No, okay, this is our way up. Alright, there we go. He wasn't moving to the right at first. They always get me with that one. There we go. We can knock this over. What's in here? I think there might be another collectible chest in this area. I think it's actually somewhere up there, but I might need to knock down that one pillar first. Actually, I don't know if I... Here we go. How does this help me? Can I actually make that jump? There we go. Alright, let's get the next Phoenix Feather really quick and then I'll save. Only one more. Nowhere to go but up. Closed door. Not gonna let us simply walk in, huh? That actually went right through the block. That didn't even hit. His soul went towards the door. Now we can go back. Sounds like we might have to trick this door. Anything tucked away? Well, let's head back. Not seen any rocks to break. Wonder how Hades feels about us being in here. This might be actually one of the Gorgon Eye chests. It's gonna be an all-in-one for us. But it is marked as a Gorgon Eye chest. I did not mean to do Cyclone right there. These goddamn birds. Too bad they can't get hurt by the saw blades. That was sketchy. Actually, we have enough for our next blades level up. Now we have Tartarus Rage. There we go, they're maxed out. How do I actually move this thing up or down? There we go. It's D-pad only. Increase damage, Demon Inferno. Hit rapid fire. Helios offense. Oh, you know what? This is our parry. I'm actually curious to see what the Helios flash is. Actual parry moves. That's maxed out now. Can save up for the rest. I'm gonna save before I ring this bell. I don't know if we're going to be heading into the next chapter soon.
slip to no one, Charon. We share a common fate, Kratos. The gods will release neither of us from our torture. Be gone. It is not yet your time, mortal.
Damn, we're just fighting him right away? I can't parry those. Like hitting it right before, but there's like no reaction. He does a shit ton of damage, though. Thanks for the magic, game. I needed that. I actually blocked right before that, and it still got me. That gives us some health orbs. Charon, I'm sick of your shit. Well, that's great. Alright, that's obviously supposed to happen. I forgot about that. But now we are in the depths of Tartarus. Oh. I'll just put her out of her misery. Get some health back. This is definitely where we're going to end part 2, though. The next part will actually probably be the finale. After the Depths of Tartarus chapter, we only have one more chapter after that, so we're moving through this game. Like I said, the PSP ones are really short. This is another collectible chest also, by the way. This is actually going to be our final Phoenix Feather, but we'll just get it at the beginning of the next chapter, or the next part, because we're starting that chapter. So yeah, this game's just really fun. The parry, once you get the timing down and everything, like I said in the previous part, the combat just flows much better. I'm going to correct the timestamps to account for the duplicate entry of the Gorgon Eye chest. I'm going to put the new total as 25 instead of 26. I guess it makes more sense to have 5 because of how the upgrades work, but Ascension had even numbers for their final ones, but it is what it is. There is no way there was a Gorgon chest in that area, but there was one in a similar spot to where he was referencing, but we had already picked it up previously, so I think that was just a mistake in the guide's part. Like I said, there's no guide out there that's pretty clear and concise where all of these chests are. Some of them could even be mistaken as Phoenix Feather or Gorgon Eyes, but they're really just the all-in-one chests. It's really hard to tell. These games are kind of weird with the collectibles to where there's more than you need, so you can just easily get the upgrades. So it makes it a little bit harder to track them down. Because one thing I noticed with a lot of collectible guides is that people will complain about chests being missed, but the game gives you more than enough to usually get them anyway, so missing one's not too big of a deal. I'm just trying my best to locate all of the extra ones just to maximize on the red orbs. But yeah. Depths of Tartarus. This is going to be an interesting chapter. I can't wait for the rematch with Charon. This time he's not going to instantly... Well, next time he's not going to instantly one-shot us. But yeah, that is supposed to happen. I always forget about that. I thought I was like maybe missing something, like I was supposed to grab him. But yeah, like I said, next part's probably going to be the finale. We really only have 2 chapters left. And then we'll be moving on to God of War 1, which I'm excited to replay that one. That's obviously a bigger game. That one's probably around the same length as Ascension. And I think the collectibles are actually some of them are pretty decently hidden in that one. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks to anybody who checks these out after they go live or when they go live. I always appreciate it. And I'll see you in the finale.